Greetings everybody, Ajna here, back at it with another video, and today it's on pheromones. Actually, it's on two of my favorite topics that I talk about in this channel. For those of you who know what I talk about mostly, it's subliminals, pheromones, and magic. This one in particular is about two of those three, pheromones and magic, both at the same time, because yes, finally there has been a discovery. Actually, they've always been around. They've been around for a long time. I want to say decades, and the company name is called Love Potion, and it's run by a lady named Mara. She's a really sweet lady. So here's the thing, right? I've heard about Love Potion in my years of obsessing over pheromones. I've heard about it, and it's that company, LPMP. You might hear about it. A lot of times women actually are the ones who talk about it. So I never really explored it because from my understanding it was mostly a female-centric company with female-centric products, but boy was I completely wrong. So let me be clear about some things, right? I reached out to her and I said, hey, I want to make some reviews on your products and I'd like to get some samples. So she sent me not one, not two, but multiple samples of things that I had an experience to try. I had the pleasure of an experience to try. Let me put it that way. So it came very neatly packaged. It was incredible. Like, I'm so impressed. Everything about this company, I cannot tell you how fascinated and impressed I am with the presentation. Like, look, this came with a nice business card with all the people's names who work there. Let me see if it can focus. So, I can't read it backwards very well, but it's Mara, John, Israel, Alexis, Jen, and Charlie. So, big shout out to all of you who have helped shape this video and who have done all this hard work on putting together these wonderful products. Okay, so I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. I highly encourage you to check it out if you haven't already. You're gonna have very good opportunity to explore these things. So the reason that I freaking love them is, again, like I said earlier, they combine two of the three my favorite topics: pheromones and magic. So each one of these is infused with not just herbs and essential oils, but pheromones as well. And also they do witchcraft or magic to enhance these properties of these products. So I can't believe I never found out about it sooner, you know? Like the way that they work is incredible. It's just like you use a pheromone, right? It's just regular pheromone. I don't know if anybody is familiar with a company called Liquid Alchemy Labs. They have a product called Voodoo. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a long time since I've used it, and I have that product, Voodoo, and it has a sigil on it, and basically it is infused with magical properties as well. Like the owner, Gary, said that he went to... Hold on. This guy's trying to get out. So the owner of Liquid Alchemy Lab said that he went down to South America or something and put together a potion called Voodoo, and he had native people over there bless it with their witchcraft. And in a similar manner, these have been blessed with magic and they're infused with incredible properties. I want to give you a quick run through of all the products that I got, right? And I'm going to start with my absolute favorite, and it is by far the best in every way, in effects, in fragrance, and in value. Like, you can't really see it on this, but maybe if I can show you, like, I've used this over 50 times. I've used this over 50 times, and this small bottle has lasted me. So basically what I did was you just take a dab and put it on your pulse points like that, and then you put it back. And this one is called Paschazad, and I think it's either Arabic or French or something like that name. Cat's playing with this bag. So I don't know what the etymology is or the history of that name, but its effects smells so good. Ah, God. So its effects are very sexual in nature. The first time I wore it, my girlfriend knows I use pheromones, and I told her, hey, I'm going to use a pheromone. So I dabbed some on, and she was like, that smells so good. She liked it so much that she put some on herself. It's probably a men's only product based on what the picture shows. It's this lady, very sexual, in a very sexual pose. Hold on, I don't know if it's focusing. And another thing about these is not only are the pheromones great, but these products are labeled with, I think these are custom artwork by artists. So it has a name on who made this picture somewhere. It has credit. All these have credit on who made the picture. Except for this one. Yeah, I don't see it. But I mean, it might be because it's a picture. The other ones have credit tags on who made the art. So in any case, the way that it affects is very sexual in nature, which you could probably gather by looking at this sexually dressed lady on the picture. So the first time that I wore it, like I was telling you earlier, my girlfriend also wore it. It wasn't 5 minutes until we were at it in the bed. So I don't want to put too much business out there because it's kind of personal, but the way that it works is like it's incredibly quick. It is balanced, it is fiery, it is passionate, and it just like it ignites the spark and the flame. So yeah, it's like extremely hot, you know, that's to say the least. I don't know how it would have worked if I was single and going to other people, but doesn't matter because another thing I want to be clear about is I do use pheromones still, but obviously the interest is no longer attracting other people. It is very used in a way that is social and in a way to spice up my relationship. So I know for a fact that the way that this affected my relationship is positive. If we ever want to have a little bit of fun, I throw some of this on, and she likes the smell so much that she dabs some of it on herself as well. I don't know what the contents are. I really don't. I don't know what ingredients it is. I don't know what pheromones that have been used in it. I don't know what the essential oil is made out of. But like when it comes to fragrances, I am obsessed with essential oils. I personally love them. My girlfriend does not love them, but I think the way that Mara has been making these products, she's a perfumer or perfumerie. She does perfumes. She makes fragrances for a living, and that's what she started off doing from what I understand. And she has decades of experience. Like the whole team, they have decades and decades of experience, and it's very obvious when you take a whiff out of one of these. It's so incredible. I have never found a company that can make fragrances the way that I love this. And this is not to say anything lightly, because I love fragrances. I'm like obsessed with fragrances. I go to TJ Maxx or Marshall's and I grab some high-end colognes for 15, 20 bucks. I just love collecting them. I have like 5 or 6 colognes right now in my collection. I don't even use most of them. Sometimes I just give them away because after a while I get bored with the scent. And that's just me personally. So I have like all these fragrances that I don't really use, and that's maybe like $150 worth of perfumes. And my girlfriend, I get her perfumes too because I just love smells that much. So where I'm going with that is I love the effects that smell has on me and on other people, because with or without pheromone, you know, if you didn't know, that fragrances have a very strong imprinting effect on other people. So the way that this one works, I'm just going to take a wild guess and see what the contents are. It's got a citrusy flavor to it. It's got a citrus and floral flavor. Man, it's so good. Oh no, this makes me just like weak on the inside. It smells so freaking good. Mara, if you watch this video, I'm just like very, 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 very impressed with your craft and all of the team as well. Like I know you guys do a lot of hard work and into making these products usable. Making fragrances is not easy. You have to have a knack for it because you can mix a bunch of different flavors together and it's not going to have the effect that you think it may have. You can't just mix all these notes together and expect them all to work perfectly and in the fragrance that you want. The way that it works is there's top, middle, and base notes, and there are 3 different ways that the scent can influence the overall smell. And those 3 methods, you have to have them in a perfect ratio because the base notes is like the bottom layer of the scents. Obviously, the middle and top notes kind of straightforward, doesn't need to be explained so much. So all of them have to work in tandem with each other to be effective. So I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna continue on with these other products. The next one is Love Potion number 10, Home, or Home, like for men basically. So this one is Love Potion number 10. This one is very obviously a sexual one as well, because it's got just like naked ladies on it. And let me see if it has a credit tag on who made this art. And that's another thing, like I can stare at these labels for a long time because, well, not because it has ladies on it, but like they're actually good art. It's like combining a lot of different things. So let's do a review of this one. Honestly, I don't know what's in it. Okay, this one is like almost bubblegum. Oh God, it smells so good. It's like bubblegum, lime, citrus, or something. So this one is a sexual pheromone as well. I personally don't use sexual pheromones as much because I've never really had that much success with them, so I don't really have any experience with this, but I'm sure you can find some reviews online. And I highly encourage you to actually check these out. Like, a lot of the times I have not seen men review these pheromones, at least not on the sites that I've frequented. The Pheromone XS forum, there's a couple ladies on there that are really influential actually, who love these products, who love LPMP, Love Potion Magickal Perfumerie. They swear by it, and they also use other pheromone companies as well, other products. But yeah, I mean, guys, we need to do more reviews on this, seriously. Okay, next one is called the Rooster. So just by judging by the artwork and the name, right? I'm guessing this is an alpha status subliminal. I mean, not subliminal. Alpha status pheromone. And I'm pretty sure it is, yeah, right here. Okay. Artwork courtesy of Elizabeth Fraser. So Elizabeth, good job. You did an amazing job on this artwork. It's just really cool to look at. I enjoy looking at art, and especially on a product label. So this one is definitely an alpha status pheromone. I've worn this to work plenty of times. And this one is a very musky flavor, right? It has that musk, like straight musk scent. It is pretty strong alpha signature, like the smell by itself. Like, that's one thing to consider. You have to have the fragrance balance the effect that you're trying to achieve. And this one does it well, because I wish I could transfer scents through the videos. So it has a musk. It's just very masculine, but it's not overpoweringly masculine, like in a sense that maybe polo fragrances are like super masculine. It like hits you with manly scent. This one is masculine, but it's mostly the musk flavor that gives that effect, but it's like very balanced and it's mellow. It's a mellow alpha status pheromone. Oh yeah, I wear it to work all the time. Now on to the next one. So this one, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really use it much because I don't like what it has to offer. But that doesn't mean it's not a very good product, because this one is called Tonka Musk. Love Potion, July 2014. This is the 2014 edition. Doesn't have the artwork. Okay, so this one, it's just a man with his shirt off. And it's Tonka Musk. Like the vibe that I get from it is it's like it's like good to look at, but doesn't really have much substance in my opinion. And this fragrance, this reminds me of a more masculine fragrance if you were to walk into a Hollister store. And it has a little bit manly of a more manly smell, because the one Hollister, it smells good, smells great, but like it doesn't really have that much masculine fragrance to it. In a way it does, but like it's kind of neutral. Like I can kind of see women and men both wearing these. So again, I don't really use this, so I'm willing to part with this. If anybody wants it, just hit me up. The first person on this video that comments that they want the Tonka Musk, I'll be glad to send it to you free of charge. And here's another one that I personally don't use. It's called Teddy Bear. This is I'm guessing this one has alpha, I'm sorry, not alpha. It has A1 in it, androstenedione. Butcher that name probably. So actually this is Teddy Man 2. Basically what this gives me a vibe of, by the picture and by what I've experienced, is it's very cuddly. And the reason I say it's A1 based is because that is the effect that A1 has. A lot of people aren't able to use A1 very successfully, but a lot of people can. If it's tempered right, it can have very strong effects on females. And the way that A1 works is it's very imprinting. So if you're wearing it, you walk up to somebody, especially the opposite gender, prefer like male, walking up to a female while the male is wearing the A1, it has an imprinting effect, especially if it's tempered well. It has the effect of like imprinting you on that woman's mind. So it has like, it's really hard to explain. I think I can make another whole video on imprinting in and of itself. But basically it has the effect of lingering, like you linger in the other person's mind, and sometimes things will trigger that thought of you because you have embedded yourself into her conscious and subconscious mind, essentially making you a part of her in a very small way. So if she thinks about something or smells something and it triggers her mind, it'll remind her of you. And that's the power of imprinting. And if you do it often enough and well enough, man, the game is over. Like, imprinting is very powerful. And the way that you imprint without pheromones and without subliminals and without magic is to be a very emotionally charged person. Not monotonous, not like boring or anything. Like, you have to, whether it's a bad way or a good way, you have to be up and down. And when you have up and down emotions, or not up and down emotions, like, I can make another video on it, and I will make another video on it, but imprinting is a very powerful thing. If you're able to take advantage of how to manipulate the way that you present yourself, then you can take that imprinting level to the next level. And it's not a bad thing by any means, because it's just who you are. So, okay, Teddy Man 2. This smells a little bit spicy. This reminds me, ooh, it smells like pepper. So, like black pepper, it has a black pepper flavor to it. And this is like cuddly, you know, that's what the picture shows. And it's almost like cohesion. That's the effect that I get. Cohesion from pheromone excess. It's very similar to that. If anybody wants this Teddy Man 2, I'll be willing to part with it. Look up cohesion, look up Teddy Man 2 reviews, see if it's going to be right for you. A lot of people do like it. A lot of people have had results with this and the Tonka Man. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm getting rid of it because I don't like it. I personally have some pheromones that I'm really good at using that vibe with who I am. Then there's pheromones that don't vibe with who I am. And those two don't vibe with who I am. Kind of like Evolve with pheromone excess. That pheromone is like extremely successful for a lot of people. They use it with hella success. Evolve is a very sexual and dominant, well, it's not really that dominant, but it's like hardcore sexual vibe, and it goes from social to sexual in a very short amount of time, or actually over the course of 4 to 6 hours. So if you're in the room with a woman, the opposite sex, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all the way up until 10, it goes from social to sexual, and it really has a strong effect on the woman. Those things don't really work as well on me because I don't carry myself in a hardcore sexual way. It's like I find it very, very, very hard to use those pheromones. And the same thing with these two. I have a hard time using them because it doesn't vibe with who I am. Okay, next one. So, all right, this one's another good one. Actually, I'm almost out of this. It's called Kingmaker. It's called Kingmaker. All right, it's badass. This is a status pheromone. It's very good at it's pretty imprinting actually. I've noticed this, and I wear this to work a lot of the times because I have a very high position in the company that I work at, and because of that, I have to command respect. Like, I need to have that respect. People need to respect me in order to respect my authority and my decisions. And that's not to say that I don't have the respect as it is or that I make bad decisions, because it's not the case at all. The case is that a lot of the times I'm working with people, oh man, it's so good. I work with people who don't necessarily know that, like, okay, these are like older people, right? These are ladies and men who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm a lot younger than them. I'm 31. So I need to have this level of respect when I portray myself and people look at me or talk to me. So this is a status pheromone that I use quite often. Kingmaker. Let me see if I can get you the artwork. It's a November 2014 edition. No, it doesn't have the artist's name on it. Man, I thought almost all of them had the artist's name on them, but not. I guess not really. So the way that this works, right? It does carry like a regal aura to it. So it's not like the rooster. The rooster is like alpha male, top dog. But this one, the Kingmaker, I do think that this is aptly named. I have to say, Mara has a knack for naming these products, or Mara's team has a knack for naming these products in a very positive way, like correlation to what their effects actually have. So the Kingmaker, in my opinion, is better at certain times, being the top position in the company. So other people have this sense of wanting to follow that person, whereas the rooster has a different type of effect. The way that the rooster has is more like commanding respect in a generally respectful way. The Kingmaker has the effect of the Kingmaker has the effect of making people look up to you, making people want to follow you, and people love to do what you want them to do. Like this cat, he's my kitty. My kitty. Smile, you're on TV. Okay, next. That's Kingmaker. Okay, and finally, this is Scribe. Am I holding it right? Okay, Scribe. And I like this one. This one is very particular in the way that I can use it. It isn't really something I can use on a daily basis. It has a very particular way that I need to use it. The Scribe is almost like Instant Honesty by Androtics Direct or Connections of Pheromone XS. The way that it works is like it's a kind of calming pheromone. It's like it doesn't have this pop, it doesn't have this zing, it doesn't have the giddy, eccentric social aspect to it. It is social. I think it is a very social pheromone. Scribe is more of like if you are in a studying setting and you're maybe teaching somebody, or if you are in a setting of like just being around people and chilling, like it'd be good to use if you are like working on something. It has a focusing effect. It's very similar to one of the putative pheromones. I forgot what it is. I think it's P102. Yeah, I can't remember what it was called. But there's some like very calming. Hold on, I have it at the tip of my tongue. It's a pheromone, XS pheromone. Thinker. That's what it is. It's like Thinker, in the sense that like it's more internally focused. When you wear it, it starts your mind going in multiple directions, but like you can go through deeper levels of thought than you could otherwise. And it's pretty good for meditation. It's pretty good for concentration, or like if you're at work and just want to be by yourself and you have some projects to work on that you need to finish and you need to focus on it. That's what this will help you with. So I haven't really said the fragrances of the last couple ones. So Scribe has like a pine smell to it, like a pine needle with a little bit of spice. It's very grassy, it's very earthy. Like imagine a bunch of leaves that have been cut up and you kind of get a whiff of it from far away. This doesn't have a strong scent at all. It's actually very subtle. So if you're wearing it, it'll smell like a garden from a little bit far away. And that's it, guys. That's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching this. I highly recommend that you guys go and support Mara. She's an incredible artisan and her whole team is incredible. I actually got these samples back in January, so I apologize for taking 8 dang months actually, to make this video. Like, it's been a long time coming and it's finally done. So there you go, 25 minutes of me just rambling on about a bunch of fragrances made by an incredible company. Go check them out. They're actually very affordable, and I highly recommend you getting a couple of them if you have the extra money to spare, because they had to shut down for quite a while back in, because they're around the Washington State area, and you know COVID really affected them pretty badly back then. So she had to shut down for a little bit, and I'm sure she could use the business, and let's just do whatever we need to do to keep this going. And guys, enjoy it. Most importantly, enjoy the pheromones and enjoy your journey and enjoy everything that you do while expanding who you are with the power of pheromones. Thanks.